He was the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, the wealthiest, most powerful man in the world. She was a slave girl from Ukraine. Their love scandalized the empire, and their lust for power would leave a trail of blood in its wake. This is the story of Suleiman the Magnificent and his slave girl turned queen, Roxolana. Welcome to Secret History Files. Today we're looking at the shocking true story of Roxolana and how she went from being a lowly slave to one of the most powerful women in the world. In the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire ruled over much of the Middle East and Eastern Europe, and at its heart was the great city of Istanbul. Once a year, the Sultan's wife, Ottoman Sultan, known in history as Roxolana, would take a stroll through the palace gardens. The tranquility of the moment was always broken by the arrival of the Sultan's court, a gaggle of eunuchs, ministers, and advisors eager to gain an audience with their master. But today, something was different. A small group of men stood out, not because they were particularly important, but because they were about to become very, very dead. Suleiman the Magnificent was in love, and he wanted to marry this woman. There was just one problem. She was a slave. Not just any slave, mind you, but a former concubine taken as a slave from Ukraine. When Suleiman first set eyes on her, he was captivated by her beauty and intelligence. He took her into his harem, an extravagant palace filled with hundreds of concubines and servants. But even there, Roxolana stood out. Her mind was as sharp as her beauty, and soon she was advising the Sultan on matters of the realm. To hear Roxolana's story, you'd think that she was destined for greatness. Born in what is now Ukraine, she was the daughter of a wealthy family. But when she was just 12 years old, her father sold her into slavery. She spent several years being passed around until she ended up in the Ottoman Empire. There, she caught the eye of the Sultan and quickly rose to prominence. But as Roxolana's star rose, so did the paranoia of the court. Her enemies accused her of practicing witchcraft and poisoning the Sultan's son in order to secure her own power. They also said that she had put a curse on the Sultan's wife, Ottoman Sultan, making her barren so that Roxolana could take her place. Despite these rumors, Roxolana remained in the Sultan's good graces until his death in 1566. At his funeral, a blood-stained dagger was found near his body, and many believed that Roxolana was behind the plot. To hear Roxolana's side of the story, click here. Or to learn about another scandalous royal romance, try this video. Love can bring a slave girl to the throne, but it can also leave a kingdom drenched in blood. When love rises, others fall. That's all for today. Subscribe for more Secret History Files.